Have you watched Defiance on Channel 4, the Riz Ahmed documentary?
I have not yet, no.
People, you got to watch it. It's essential viewership for anybody of an ethnic minority to understand how tough it was to stay in the UK in the late 70s, early 80s. It focuses on core events that happened to the brown, black community in London/Bradford and how much of a struggle they had, where there was pretty much massive community pressure put on the police to stand up and support ethnic minorities and the racism they were experiencing and the racially motivated attacks. And they didn't. Powerful shit, man. But warning, it does make your blood boil watching it a little bit, because you just see the blatant racism or the blatant way that horrible parts of society were being protected and propped up. Welcome to this week's episode of the Indy and Doctor podcast. Why are you shaking like a belly dancer, Karan?
You know what's funny? You do that. I've seen you do it. And I just thought, you do it and you do this like, you do this
No, I do it on the drop of a beat at a wedding. That's a big difference compared to you doing it spontaneously.
No. I've seen you do it privately in a flat when you just get excited and you're like, you just do it sometimes.
This.
Do it.
There you go.
That's
That's what it was.
Yeah. Guys, get on YouTube. This is like premium. Like this the other end of the spectrum of the creepy face he does is so like, how do you shake that fast? He goes supersonic, man. Wow.
It's amazing.
Genuinely, that I would call amazing. That needs to be on your CV, man. What would you call that? What's the description of that?
The Indy embrace.
Wow. So then they're like, hey, so you mentioned this on your CV. Could you possibly tell us a bit more about this and maybe demonstrate?
Maybe not. If you listen to the podcast, you would know, but you do not. Okay.
I'll show you, no problem.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll do it if you subscribe. All right, thank you.
ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੈਲੀ ਜੈਕਪਾਲ ਦਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਲਾ ਦਿਓ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦਾ ਰਾਈਟ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ
You know that video I put up the other day, I cut it earlier, right?
Yeah. Guys, if you saw the story, the funny thing is, when you guys see the story, I see the story. It's not like I got private access to the story, right? So even I'm like, oh, that's quite good. And then a private message India was like, yo, where's the rest of the video, man? He's like, here's the uncut version. I was like, yo. So if you want that version, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੋ and potentially it can be arranged. Leak Luke.
Maybe. Shady.
ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਫਿਰ?
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ?
ਧੁੱਪ ਆ ਗਈ.
Top meaning?
You tell me, what?
I don't know.
Oh, the sun. Warmth.
Oh, the sun? Yeah, why is the sun around, Karan?
I'm just saying the weather's better, isn't it? Like there was I think, you know, when you only wake up in the morning and it's not dark.
We're 2 minutes into the episode and we're talking about the weather. Wow.
We're so British, aren't we? So British. So I'm awake. I get to the window. I'm like, oh my God, the sun is like shining. Which country am I in? And then like that, you're on holiday. And it just makes you so happy to go to work. I was like, main kam te challe aan, no problem. Dhup nikali. That's the expression. You'll say it's a bit gloomy in the morning. Swear no, Indy. But you say, dopere, dhup nikaluga. In the afternoon, early afternoon, the sun will come out. That's your phrase.
Okay.
There you go. So, yeah, it's been quite nice. Huh? And then you get the usual moaning, like, oh, it's so hot. It's really hot. And I'm like,
no, it's not hot yet. It's not hot yet.
Me panta to see complain kari jande hain to dhup nikalda hai complaining. It was like, just come on. Be happy.
There's no cushy. There's no cushy allowed, Karan.
You know why there's no cushy, है ना?
Why?
कभी खुशी कभी गम.
Oh, for God's sake.
ना जुदा होंगे हम.
Why are you so bait, man?
You know you love that song.
Listen, it's the first Bollywood film I ever saw in cinema. I've always got a soft spot for it. Crying, real little boy tears in the cinema. It was mad.
You crying?
Yeah, bro. Hit me in the soul.
Part? Which part?
Oh, mate. I think it was the ending. Yeah, the ending. Yeah. And also when he came back,
realized his brothers.
Yeah, and when he came back, and it was Nani's funeral.
The funeral. Yeah. They're all there with the three hands on the fire.
That was a deep scene. They knew what they were doing.
Thank you for sharing. I didn't know you cried. Are you? I actually don't know this about you. Does it take a lot to make you cry?
No, I cry very easily. I cry over sad things I see on TikTok, man. It's mad.
Really?
Yeah, there's one guy I follow.
Have I seen you cry?
There's one guy I follow. Bao sent him to me. I'm going to try and find the name of him now. I actually want to shout him out because the stuff he does is fantastic.
Is it a photographer guy? What?
Sorry?
Is it that dude that takes photographs with the elderly?
No, he doesn't make me cry. No.
Oh, okay.
This guy's name, I can't say his surname, but his name is Zachary Derindioski. He's on TikTok. His at is MD Motivator. And essentially he goes around and he gives disadvantaged people or like people who are in like a rough time money or an opportunity to just have like a bit of relief in their life. And he does it in like a really nice way. And I watch it and every time I see the video, I'm like, all right, I got to strap myself in because this is going to get emotional in it. And even though parts of it are, I guess, planned or scripted, it's still super nice of him.
Yeah. Look, a good thing is a good thing.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
That's profound words. A good thing is a good thing. There you go.
It's true. I think sometimes, and I'm definitely appreciating this as I get older, right? It's very, and this is the world right now. It's like when somebody is seen as good, untouchable good, then you know there's a whole army of people just trying to find shit on this person.
Yeah.
And sometimes that stuff comes out, right? But it's like, just because this, and look, obviously there are certain things, if they come out, yes, fine, they overshadow everything else. But for most people, it's like, okay, fine, you might have done this, but that doesn't overshadow all the good that you've done as well. And I think just, having the nuance to see things big picture is important. So in the same way, when someone is doing something good, if there is like a secondary motive, which is marketing, PR, money, whatever it might be, but there is still, benefit coming to the person, it's not about exploitation, then fair game, man. I mean,
yeah.
That's kind of where I sit on that.
But I do cry at films or sad things very easily.
Who are you, man? Why haven't I not seen this side to you?
Because we don't watch sad films together.
Oh, that's true.
Even Sandra look at me like, oh, are you crying again? I'm like, yeah.
No. Here's the expression, tu fair lag gaya.
Tu fair lag gaya?
Fair lag gaya.
Fair lag gaya. Wait, fair? What, are you scared?
Fair. No, not fear. Fair.
Fair is in like now.
P-H-E-R. Fair, like again.
Oh.
Doara.
Ekkavari hor. There you go.
Yeah. Tu fair lag gaya. It's like you're on again. It taps on again. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, Sanjay's the ice queen, so yeah. See, that's it. That's my like barometer. If Sanj were to ever cry, I'll be like, shit. Like,
she has emotions.
Level
she
4,
does have emotions.
Level 4. No, obviously she has emotions. I'm not saying she doesn't have emotions. But that would be like nuclear threat level. I'm like, okay. And he takes serious. If you cry, it's like, okay. Indy's crying.
Wow.
And then you know what I do? If you cry,
I love how my emotions are so severely diminished.
Because you're the boy who cried wolf. Dude,
no, I'm not the boy who cried wolf.
You like I'm
the one who feels the emotions when you're supposed to feel it. That's the difference. Right? Like buying plates and getting happy. You're meant to feel happy over that. Yeah. Watching a sad film, you're meant to cry at the sad film. I'm sorry that I am correct and you lot are actually broken. Okay? Not me.
Wow. Profound statement.
Doctor over here who's seen it all in A&E. He's like, I have no crying function.
The plates thing, see, that's not a good example because that's very specific to you. The reason it made you cry would not make other people cry.
No.
Like for
the
me,
plates made me cry. I said I felt emotions. That's the difference.
Chalo, emotion. All right, take it. That's fair enough. You had the emotion because of what the plate represented to you.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a very personal thing, that one. Whereas you're saying with a sad film, that's more, let's say, universal experience for most people is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah. I think, all right, let me change my statement. If you were to cry, I would check with Sanj whether this is like, I need to be worried or it's just Indy being Indy. That's what I do.
I feel like you know me by now.
Yeah. But sometimes it's just good checking with Sanj on it. It's just an excuse to speak to Sanj, really. It's just, that's all it is.
Such a guy, man. Okay. All right, Kiki. No problem.
Hord, anything else in the tamer?
Yeah, I've got a new laptop in it, so there you go. And we've gone back to our old abusive relationship with Riverside, so there we go.
You do not want to see the emails this man sends.
Oh, God. I can't even take him back.
This is unacceptable. We are the number one Punjabi podcast.
I 10-mile
radius.
I channeled my inner Karen, aka Karan, into this, and there you go. I channeled it clean, and it just didn't help.
Yeah.
It didn't help.
Didn't
help. The end result was buy a new laptop. And I checked with other people and they agreed I needed a new laptop. And I thought, chalo, nice ho gaya.
Okay, investment hogi, very
Shit
good.
ho gaya.
Yeah, man. Koi nahi paise reh gaye. That's it. On the bread pani. That's
beautiful
no
laptop though.
Beautiful laptop.
Beautiful.
Can't eat anything. Can't go anywhere. But that's it.
Mate,
No TV.
runs so smoothly. My God.
You might need to have a look at mine now. Mine, I think you told me to turn it off at least once a week.
Huh.
I'm doing that, and now there's basically nothing open apart from this, and these fans are full blasting every.
God, how long have you had the computer for?
2018.
Yeah, it's starting to die out because what I learned was, and this is a little bit of geek talk. Me and you are Apple whores, unfortunately, and what's happened is it's true. It's true though, isn't it? I have the iPad, iPhone, Mac. I have everything. I have AirPods. I have Beats. All right,
iWoman. Oh,
I everything. Oh, it says trying to reconnect. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, it's connected. It's fine. So that's all me. Yeah, I am the Apple. I am the personification of Apple.
You are iMan.
Yes. So with new laptops now, online softwares have essentially upgraded themselves to maximize the capabilities of better laptops. Right. Now, Macs are in the new series called the M series, which is the M chip inside it, which is, I don't know, the processor or some shit. This is me and my limitation showing now. Correct. And it wants to maximize the ability of it to do that. Now, previously, when I filmed with you, my laptop sounded like it was, about to blow up. Yeah. Because it was just whirring into overdrive and I felt like it was sweating whenever I was asking it to do something.
That's actually a really good metaphor.
I felt like it was sweating. But meanwhile, this new one is just sitting there barely even awake. It's just chilling.
So it's like an electric car, just silent. Nothing.
Yeah, pure silence. I hear nothing. Right. And now systems and online are essentially saying you need to upgrade it to this minimum criteria of processors, cores, whatever you want to call it. And then this is the end result. So there you have it. That's what's happened. Got a new laptop. Now we're back.
Don't understand then is, but my laptop's so old. So why are we not having the problems for Riverside?
Because my laptop was slightly higher than yours in terms of spec. But that spec was starting to essentially be maxed out. And now there's a new set of laptops that were released by Apple, which I'm sure that they have software patches to release on their platforms to upgrade to. So Holly, they upgrade it week to week and don't tell you.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying exactly your laptop was a great spec. So you expect my one to fail first in terms of not being compatible with Riverside?
No, because I conduct the recording on my side. If you conduct the recording on your side, it won't accept it.
That's it. Okay. That's the answer to the question. Good. Very logical.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm happy with that. So with that, so yeah.
Thank you, bud. Thank you. Right, give me my jingle. Let's get cracking.
Confessions of Brown Monday.
Oh.
You like that one, didn't you?
Chile. I like that one. Chile. Yeah. I'd like to see you do that or do that jingle when you have, what do you call it? When you have a dusty kind of voice. When you got a sore throat?
No.
Just to see if a different side of you comes out, like Barry White. Yeah, baby.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Yeah, baby.
May the Yuletide gay.
Oh, baby.
Whoa, I don't know where you're going.
Yeah, baby. That's the sound I'm going for.
Jalebi, baby. That's what I'm thinking of.
No. Baby. Yeah, you heard it. Gary Sandy.
I know, but
all the babies. Right.
Okay, creepy.
You go first.
So last week I spent a week in Surrey with my sister, aka the Jazzy Jazz, and Kenneth, aka Harkaran the Panoya, and my lovely new niece, who I'm a mama to, Elahi.
By the way, I can tell Kenny's now a dad because he stopped sending random articles to read. He ain't got time.
He doesn't do anything.
No time. Full ghost mode activated.
Yeah, he is. I was like, when he has this constant thing in it. Even even when I was there was one day where I was on their front desk on the laptop just doing work or whatever. And he brought Elahi and he was like, look at your mama, just too organized, always planning. Da, 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 da. And I was like, what the?
Give it 2 months, you'll be the same.
And like you said, silence ho gaya na banda. Silence. Anyway, so I was in their nursery Meher was chilling, and I was like, let me read a Allahi book. And there was this book which is about, it's teaching kids about inspirational people, characters, but like in a fun way. It's an animated one. And the first chapter is about Malala. And obviously she went on to win a Nobel Peace Prize, and her journey into how she did that. And so Meher's cleaners around, right? And I think one of them doesn't speak like any English. There you go. So I'm reading this story. So I'm like, okay. She obviously, remember, she doesn't understand English. I'm reading this story. Malala grew up, and every like couple of sentences would be like, then the Taliban, and I'm thinking, and okay, a bit more context. So this day I'm wearing a gold pug, Tika, so my wraparound pug. She doesn't understand English. This dude, the big beard, reading to a child. All the word that she understands in sentences, Taliban. And I'm like, oh, she thinks I'm trying to indoctrinate Allahi into the Taliban because
this
I'm
2-week-old baby.
Yeah. She's like, and she's looking at me like, when people look at you, and the thing is, they know this cleaner, obviously, but she doesn't know me. So she's like, oh, there's a new guy in the house who looks a bit like suspicious. And then he talks about the Taliban. And then, when they look at you, they're like, and then she's like, Manu, if he gets suspicious, might he do something to me? And I was like, okay.
Looking at you all shaky.
Yeah. So then I was like, man, should I carry on reading this? She's like, yeah, Koni. But then every time the word came, I was like, Taliban.
You've got to clean your voice a little bit. Hope she isn't listening in the other room.
Yeah. And it made me think about that comment that, what did Ted say? He said what did he say? Aesthetic cousins of Muslims. Remember that phrase he used? Accessories or something.
Muslim adjacent.
Adjacent. That's what he said. Yeah. Exactly that. And he's like,
aesthetically.
With kind of
Muslim adjacent, aesthetically. There you go.
Nice term you used. And yeah, exactly. For someone who's... The other thing is, when you're Sikh, right, you assume that everyone knows what a Sikh is.
No. You learn very quickly. We don't know what that is.
Yeah. A lot of people don't. They just, the thing, I get a lot of people who assume obviously that you're Muslim, whatever, and you can have a chat with them and educate. But you're right. And sometimes, like, for example, languages, it's not like I'm going to go to a cleaner and be like, hey, just let you know, I'm reading a book about this person, real person, who's subjected to bad things from the Taliban. But I'm not the Taliban. No, not Taliban.
Is this the first time you've ever realized that maybe not everyone knows what a Sikh is?
I think so.
This was the first time. This.
Yeah, as in.
Don't chat. No way. No way.
No, I've had conversations. I've definitely had conversations with people. For example, recently it was Eid, right? And I was at work and some people are happy Eid. And I'm like, yeah, it is happy Eid, but I'm sick and I don't celebrate it. And then we had a conversation. Oh, actually, that reminds me, recently, there was this, I was talking to one of my mates at work, one of the receptionists, and there was this,
pull your mic down a bit.
There was an Afro-Caribbean nurse who's like next to her.
Yeah.
And she was like, she's like, your beard is so long and your mustache is going in your mouth. Why don't you take it off? Like, and but she wasn't saying like in a racist way. She was just genuinely like concerned. She's like, roti kithe jandi hai, like doesn't get stuck like I can't see your mouth type thing. And I was like, okay, when you see these patients that come in and like Mr. Singh, she's like, yeah. I was like, do you know what Singh means? She said, no, tell me. And I got a picture of a sher and I was like, Adik, sher hunde na? Main, case. That's why we're lions. That's why I sing. So then she's like, okay. And then she was like, does your wife like it? I was like, it's like, yes, she does. In case you were concerned that she doesn't like my case. Do you know what I mean? Like this whole thing about, Sikh shit. And then she's like, but does your wife like it? Okay.
There you go.
Just go there, innit? Yeah.
Got your wife's thoughts in mind, man.
Yeah. It's just, it's interesting.
So, okay, take it one step back then. So, was this the first time you've ever been given that dilemma of thinking, oh shit, they don't know what a Sikh is?
Yeah, exactly. So, I've had conversations about people who have maybe mistaken and then had it, but this is the first time I've thought, because I've not had the chance to clarify this. with this person. But yeah, maybe there is a, yeah. So I'd say, yeah.
Wow. See, I had mine when I went to France as a kid, like 8, 9 years old.
Okay, go on.
And they thought that I was a girl because I had a gutti. And they're like, he's a girl. And then they gave me the girl's toy.
Sorry, they said he's a girl.
Yeah, like I'm assuming
she's a girl.
I'm assuming they must have said she's a girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And I'm a kid, so I'm in McDonald's and I get given a toy, but it's a girl's toy. And I start crying, and then they swapped it for a guy's toy, which is fine. But that was when I kind of understood.
Can I just say,
yeah,
you cried. You cried then. You just cried.
I was a kid, man, obviously.
The boy who cried wolf.
Sorry, Karen. This hasn't happened to you. So you can shut up, okay? Because
exactly,
you
don't know how it
felt.
Because I didn't cry.
You don't know how it felt.
Oh, please, can I make one binti?
No.
Please, let me make a binti. No, come on. Actually, I don't mind asking. I'm going to make a binti anyway. Do you keep a journal?
No, I don't keep a journal. That's the first memory I have of it.
In general,
otherwise, all of my life up until that point had just been in West Brom. That's it.
You don't keep a journal at all?
No.
All right. I want you to record your sessions with your counselor. And after you pass, leave me these private recordings for just me to listen to. I would love that.
Why?
I would just love it. That's my binti. I want nothing else from you. You take all the riches from the podcast. I'm going to try to do them.
But if I'm dead, what does that mean?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just leave it to me. Leave it in your estate.
Oh, okay. So leave you the pod and leave you the private recordings of my counselor.
Well, no, not the pod. Not the pod. I'm saying the pod will go to whatever our kids or whatever. Like,
okay.
We hang out. But yeah, just leave me the private recordings.
Okay. Anyway, that's when I realized not everybody knows what a Sikh is. Then when you go to America, they look at you like either you're Muslim or you're Mexican. That's it. There's no middle.
Mexican.
It's like, oh, okay, I'm a Muslim then. All right.
Muslim. You're a Muslim. That's what
you're Muslim or Mexican.
You're a Muslim. You got the Mexican looking vibes in it. That's what it is.
Of course I do. Can't help it. The mucha does not do me any favors.
Although, yeah, you're right. I think Canada obviously has much greater appreciation of Sikh people.
In places. In places. Not everywhere. In places.
Yep. Fair. In places. Although, I would say of recent times in Trudeau's cabinet, there has been a lot of Sikh people, so there has been greater representations. You would think more mainstream. I think the thing is America is just so big, isn't it? And there are, it's like
320 million plus.
When we were sitting with Umar and he was telling us about how, like he's from Texas, right? And he's like, you can kill it just in Texas and make it and be a big name. Yeah. Like, you don't have to be the whole America. And so there must be pockets, like there are pockets in England, man. When you go there, they've never seen a brown person. So I can only imagine they're in it. They must look at you like, yeah. Yeah. So
those are the no-go zones.
Yeah. Use that 1 foot in here. I'm going to shoot you.
In England as well, they're saying that.
England, yeah. What Horgal
Horgal, yeah.
So yeah, bro. That was
so you had a
tricky situation.
You had a bit of a sticky one there. Somebody called it. Have you heard that phrase? Sticky. It's a sticky one.
Yeah, sticky situation. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, you haven't heard it. Some people don't say that. All they say is it's a sticky one still.
All right. Okay. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's
more slang terminology for you, old man. Yeah.
I'm very happy where I am.
Yeah. Trying to put you in with the youth, mate.
But why? I don't want to be the youth.
Well, you got to understand what the youth are saying.
For what purpose? How much
youth do I
communicate with?
Communicating effectively.
How much youth do I communicate with on a daily basis?
I don't know, Gordon. Maybe it might break down barriers with you in the hospital. Who knows?
No issue. I have no issue communicating hospitals.
Okay.
See, you can't make points, bro, and then you can't back them, and then you just got to back down.
What's there to back? I just said a point, and you said that, and I said fine. I'm not going to sit here and try and push back on it.
That's it.
Also, I've just noticed, why is the dot on your microphone not black, but mine is? Oh, because you broke yours.
Yeah, a long time. This has been like more than 100 episodes.
No, I just realized now. I was like, wait, what? Why isn't that black as well?
100 episodes.
Yeah, good times, good times. Okay. Good. Very good.
Did I confession?
Welcome to Sanj Science.
Oh, yes.
Do the jingle.
There's a jingle for Sanj Science.
Sanj Science.
Did you make that up? I make it up?
That's what you made up last time.
Did I? Oh,
Yeah.
no. How did I say it? Do it again. I'll do it again. So,
Science.
Science. Oh, I can't even do it as well as you did it. I told Kenny, by the way, about the headphone, the Thunder. He's like, huh? He's like, what? You know, in the dramas, you know, when they do the yeah. Kenny had one of those moments, but I think I misled him. I think I mentioned AirPods.
Oh, but AirPods, that's a different world.
Yeah,
very different world.
It was Beats, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, he was there you go. So tell us, what does Sanjeet found?
So, number 1. There's 2 this week.
Oh, boy.
Eating garlic will sort your blood circulation issues out. Her hands and feet are cold a lot of the time, Gordon, and this is her solution to the problem.
She has Raynaud's phenomenon or not?
No, I think she's like one step away from that. She is cold all the time, though.
Do they change color?
Just poor circulation. It doesn't change color. Very, very pale.
Okay.
Yeah, but nothing else.
What she's saying is not wrong.
What do you mean about garlic?
Yeah. There's also the same. No, garlic, onions. Yeah, they're natural. They have natural. What's the correct way to say this? So for onions, for example, it's more to do with blood thinning. And garlic, there are some studies which have shown that they are. Again, what would you say? They reduce the chance of having. No, that's the efficacy. I'm just trying to, from an actual molecular level, what is it they actually do? It's decreasing the risk of blood clots, like very small blood clots forming in your circulation, which improves blood flow. But it's not considered it's not medication per se. In the same way we say that like tomatoes and blueberries have anti-cancerous properties, right? So garlic, actually, let me just give you another thing. So recently, Akam was having a cough. There's a lady called Dr. Barbara O'Neill. She's quite viral on TikTok these days. When you guys have a kid, you'll be watching her stuff as well. This lady from Australia. And she talks about a lot of this homeopathic normal stuff. And so what we did with EK is we got a slice of onion, put it in the bottom of foot, put the jalab on, and left it both feet. Improve the cough.
Don't fuck about.
No, actually. Improve the cough.
You wrapped a raw onion around your daughter's foot.
Yeah, as in like a slice, not the whole onions. You take a slice. You can do the same with was it garlic? I think it was garlic. Yeah, we didn't need to do the garlic, but you get a slice of onion like you would in a salad, and then you put it on the pear, and then put the jalab on. You leave it because it gets absorbed. Check out the stuff. There's no harm in. There's no downside to it, and this worked for us. So.
That is wild.
Mm.
And this is the same guy who said, take the goalie, man.
Yeah, it's people.
I just don't want to do it with herbal remedies.
This kutte who take things out of context when nothing. It's like, what I'm saying is, when you need a goalie, take a goalie. But the goalie is not a substitute to doing all the other shit. It's like, I want you to exercise, eat vegetables, eat berries, right? Like do all that stuff, man. So you don't need the goalie. But if you actually need the goalie, take the... I'm going to get angry again. I'm not going to go there. You're trying to take me there. Marnie Jana. No. Marnie Jana. So yes, Garlic. Very good. Onion kaya karo. The usual stuff like turmeric. You know, the thing is, it pisses me off. You go to like Pret and they have the stupid turmeric shots. And they charge you that £10. It's like, bro, India's been talking about this for centuries. Yeah,
because it's fashionable now.
It's just marketed. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Honey pani piya karo swere. Like this stuff it's not new.
I used to do ads for a protein shake brand. And they sold this turmeric shot. And I was thinking, right, you're selling Haldi. And it was like £4 a shot. And I thought, wow.
That's it. And people are like, oh my God. Can I have the turmeric, man? Like boost my immunity. Shut up, mate. Oh dear. The people, right. There were some dumb people. And I just want to, I want to give you free advice. When you go to the pharmacy, buy ibuprofen and not Nurofen. Nurofen is ibuprofen like 10 times the price. Okay? It's the same goalie. It's just
is it Nurofen fast acting?
Oh, bollocks, man. It's got like, we got caffeine in here. It's got a nicer sounding name. It's got a nicer looking bar. They put it at the front.
Nah,
I think
bullshit.
that's 20p.
No, I don't believe this. I don't believe this. Have you checked the ingredients about the active ingredients?
I've checked out ingredients. That's what I'm telling you. It has extra stuff, but that stuff is not useful.
Oh, okay.
Go into PubMed, look at the efficacy, look at the half time, the bioavailability, whatever metric you want to look at. Just as good.
So when I've had teeth pain or tooth pain,
placebo,
after the holiday after the operation, it wasn't a holiday. I'll tell you that much, mate. I had to take holiday to have that fucking operation. Yeah,
but you did, yes.
So when I've had tooth pain, I've taken Nurofen because it's faster acting. And I'm going to be honest with you, I did a test. I had ibuprofen first, then Nurofen a few hours after.
What
Nurofen was faster.
What dose?
I can't remember. Highest dose of ibuprofen, so 2 500s, I think.
2 200s, 400.
400, sorry. 400s.
Yeah.
400s. Yeah. 500 is paracetamol. Sorry.
Correct. Yeah. And this thing, son of a pharmacist, you should know these things.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't agree. No, I probably think it's placebo. But look, if it works for you, it works for you. I'm just saying, it's a waste of money. 20 pence at paracetamol, ibuprofen. Take it regularly. Take it in safe amounts. We'll do the job. Marketing. I know you're a marketer.
I'm not a marketer. Listen, I don't agree with pharmaceutical marketing. That to me is unethical.
You're not a marketer.
No, I don't agree with pharmaceutical marketing.
You're a marketer.
That's unethical to me. You should just give people the best product for what they need in the moment. For example, Night Nurse has really, 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 really good marketing, but there's actually an alternative that another guy will tell you to have at like a cheaper price.
I've never had Night Nurse in my whole life.
Oh, mate, I've rinsed the shit out of it when I'm ill. Oh, it's my go-to.
Okay. If you're Marr, viral illness, Pani, Vicks Lalo, Sojo. That's it. You don't need anything else.
I've had some trippy dreams on Night Nurse, man. My God.
That's what I'm saying. So why are you having it? That's the he मैं कहना like sort of Bob Marley that top पाया तू.
Mate, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. The dreams I have are like,
oh my God.
They're like,
बहुत गंदा बंदा तू.
Yeah.
पनी की होती है.
I woke up the next day like, wow, that was a journey. Takes me down some dark pathways. Anyway, Sad Science, part 2. Ready?
Part 2. Go. It's a garlic, yes.
The longer you leave chocolate, the sweeter it becomes, and therefore the higher in sugar content it becomes.
Ooh. Oh, I've got to really think about the science of this one. All right, what type of chocolate are we talking about?
Easter eggs. So me and Sanj got Easter eggs, and we're still working our way through them because they've,
Okay, so they've been opened. There. So she's talking an opened one that you've left, not an unopened one.
Ooh, actually, that might not be. I don't think that's relevant to the story if it's opened or unopened. It's still here. Because let's be honest, what's the difference between that and having foil around it? It's the same shit. Are you worried that the air is going to have some kind of oxidizing effect on the chocolate? Like what?
From Melbourne.
Rusting, yeah. Science, baby.
You know what's funny? Sometimes, when our cleaner comes on, because she's doing the bins and stuff, we're like, oh, okay, we should definitely look at the fridge. And is there stuff to throw in the fridge? And sometimes they're like this, in the nook and cranny, you've left something that hasn't been attended for a while, some old like sabji.
Oh,
and then you get to it and then like, oh my God, it's like uli coming out of it. And it's like, the thing is, it's disgusting, but it looks really nice. Like when I say it looks really nice, let me elaborate. Like, I don't know if you ever did this in biology, when you look down a microscope and you look at it, it looks like some beautiful, it's very symmetrical. It looks like a flower. And you almost look at it and think, wow, like this is bad. This is ugly. This is a germ. Why does it look so like artistic? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, I'm going to have to show you a picture here because that might sound weird otherwise.
I haven't looked under a microscope in a long time.
Sweet.
What you're trying to say is it looks very, very pretty. But when you get to it, you're like, ugh, actually, ugh.
Yeah, you got to get rid of it. Sweet chocolate. Chocolate gets sweeter, the sugar content gets higher. Yeah, I can't find a logical. What's her rationale?
I think she was low sugar and she had the chocolate from the Easter egg and it sent her really high sugar quite quickly. And she's like, oh, this is quite potent. And I thought, yeah, it is. But then I thought, hang on, why is this more than the others? Like, what's the difference? She said, must be because it's been left out and it's been there for longer. So therefore,
why is that not just, it's that chocolate has a higher sugar content than the other chocolate?
I think it was that. I didn't want to burst her bubble, you know?
You burst it other times.
It's okay. I needed it for content for this episode, you know?
But six-figure salary. 6-figure salary.
Six figures or six? What was it? Three figures. Three-figure salary.
I really want to get Indy to a 3-figure salary. I would consider myself a made woman if I got to 3
Great success. Salary. Yes.
Great success. I have a chair. I'm king of the castle. Indy's like, I have a mortgage. Yes.
No. Oh,
what does mortgage mean, Indy?
Lifetime of debt.
from the French word, I can't remember what the French word is, but it means till death. That's what it means. Remember? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, great. Good.
Can I give people a piece of advice? I'm not going to mention numbers here.
Don't buy a house.
No. I'm not going to mention numbers here. When you buy your house, don't look at how much your previous owner bought the house for.
Oh, that was
when we found out how much our previous owner bought their house for in the 90s. But in the 90s, me and Sanj, you know how she doesn't cry? She definitely shed a tear. Okay. Because I sat there and I shed a solemn tear and I was like, I can't do this.
Okay, wait. It was in the where? 90s?
90s.
All right. I know how much you actually bought it for. Obviously not going to mention that. 90s, your property, but it is London. That's what's throwing me off a bit.
No,
but
it's
I want to say...
Remember, it's east.
Okay, I want to say under 100.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I want to say... See, if it's around these ends, I would say sub 50, but not you. Oh, it is sub 50.
No, it's close. It's around that mark. I'm not going to give an exact
60.
number, but it's around that mark.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're like, yeah.
When you see that and you see how much it got sold for, and you're like, fuck my life.
Now, the positive from that, if you want to see the positive, is see, if you look at, when people say, money in the bank, right? Money in the bank, inflation, low interest rates, you don't get much appreciation on capital, which is why people say you should invest. That's an example. Property, right? Property, the appreciation you get on property.
Okay.
It's phenomenal.
In how many years is that? So 90s, 2000s, in 30 years. I don't think my property in 30 years is going to be worth 1 mil plus. No.
I don't know, man. I don't know. 2 roads down, you said there are mill properties. It's London.
Yeah, but I don't think my property is going to be worth that. I don't see it.
Well, I mean, if it has that studio, once you build the studio and the podcast is famous and people come to pay tribute and homage to where
not going to happen.
I mean,
stay on point. Stop trying to weasel out of it. Okay, this is important. It's not going to happen. No.
So no, but your point there is it's not going to appreciate the same amount it has done. It will appreciate. It definitely will appreciate.
Yeah, but it won't go up to that same, what you call it?
Yeah,
rocket powered growth.
Trajectory is what you're saying. Yeah.
There you go. So there's a hint for people. Don't do that because it will upset you. All right. Next, seg. S-E-G, seg. Hanji Paji. Sat Sri Akal. This bloody fly. Right, anyway. Always a fly around here. Can't figure out why. Hanji. Hello.
Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Here we go. Right, got it.
Here we go. Hanji.
Have you watched Defiance on Channel 4, the Riz Ahmed documentary that you sponsored, put together, produced, whatever you want to call it?
I have not yet, no.
Thanks. So useful of you to come prepared.
End of the segment. See you next week. What I might do is, you use from the segment, I'm just going to sit back and listen to you.
It's called Defiance, here to stay, here to fight. People, you got to watch it. It's essential viewership for anybody of an ethnic minority to understand how tough it was to stay in the UK in the late 70s, early 80s. It focuses on core events that happened to the brown, black community in London/Bradford and how much of a struggle they had, where there was pretty much massive community pressure put on the police to stand up and support ethnic minorities and the racism they were experiencing and the racially motivated attacks. And they didn't. And it shows you a good split of what those police officers were thinking at the time / commissioners, and how the community acted and how they basically uprose and fought against it. Powerful shit, man. But warning, it does make your blood boil watching it a little bit, because you just see the blatant racism or the blatant way that horrible parts of society were being protected and propped up. And it was only 50 years ago. That's not that long ago, which is what's quite scary about it. A lot's happened in that time to get us to where we are today, but good to understand, appreciate, and watch. Go on, you had your finger up.
So, obviously I haven't seen it. So one of my questions is, in the show, do they actually cover the point? Because this is something, I think that's a point that I've seen made online when people have these types of discussions, right? Which is about why were ethnic minority people migrating to the UK?
I don't think that was fully covered in that in the point of the documentary. The point of the documentary itself was to sort of talk about how difficult it was when they came over here and what they experienced.
The reason I bring up that point is because so a certain subsection of racist people, like, this is England, go back to your country, all those types of bunde, fail to understand that there was a post-war, there was a big need for labor, pretty much. And where the colonies were set up from the British Empire, they basically said, you're going to get the exchange of, you get to come to our, Great Britain or whatever, and we get the labor. So they incentivized it. They made it easy to happen.
Yeah, but they didn't exactly go around shouting about it on the front page of
I was
any
going to say
newspaper.
exactly. So in the colonies, let's just talk about India, right? So telling India like, hey, everybody wait karte hain. They're going to be happy, taliyan, toll blasters are going to be there when you come. And then people in the UK has not been told anything. Yeah, go on.
The Rwanda bill that's passed? As a part of it, we have to accept people from Rwanda which want to actually work over here. So we are accepting refugees, but from a different country. That's not shouted about, but it is a part of the agreement. So, yeah, when or if they experience any kind of racism in the future, no one's going to know why. Because they're like, hang on, haven't we got the scheme going on? They're like, yeah, part of the scheme
but it also says,
was this. So,
see, that's my problem with it. It's like, and then obviously the stuff about the empire and, what they did and plundered and plummeted.
Listen to Saddam's podcast he did with us, man. The guy drove into mad amounts of depth about this. And read his books. Trust me, it'll change your life.
So what motivated Riz to make this?
I don't know. He's not actually come out and said why he's done it, but I feel like it's important because I didn't know how many specific cases there were or what breakthrough moments occurred to stop or build a resistance movement against the racism that people were experiencing.
And so when you say resistance, so I can only imagine this is ethnic minorities basically getting together. So strength
Close
in numbers?
enough, yeah. I don't want to give too much away because I'm not going to do it justice in terms of what was happening or what has been explained or articulated in the documentary, because there's a lot of moving parts and there's some pretty iconic people in there that have done a lot for the community that probably wouldn't have had their moment in the spotlight until this documentary was made. And they got their just flowers or whatever you want to call it. They got their props or their praise, which was deserved.
I mean, because we often talk about, maybe not going far that back. So maybe that'd be our grandparents' generation. We definitely talk about, how our parents grafted to put us in a position. 2 private schools, geography degree, killing it. Got a mortgage, smashing life, got number 1 podcast. In your household, my household, number 1. That's it. And I guess, for grandparents, it was, I really think about it now as I get older. It's like, I was speaking to my dad the other day and, we were driving down to Mears in the car. We had 2 hours and I just asked him some real questions. I was like, when Granddad Dadaji was there in India, like, how you just decide one day I'm going to go to England. That's big, man.
Yeah.
To know nobody, or maybe know 1 or 2 people, to not know the system, the culture, anything, and to be like, I'm going to go there and we're going to set up shop.
Yeah.
Because then I think, okay, so what's the equivalent for, so if you and me had to do this now in the UK, what's an example of where it would be as difficult for us? I'm not saying just through the lens of purely, it would be racism, but just like, generally language and getting around.
Let's say we go to Germany.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Brand new
Yeah.
language, brand new culture, brand new place. And we didn't have our skills that we have at the moment. So you are not a doctor. I am not a marketer.
Why are you taking that away? Sorry.
Because that's what happened to a lot of that generation that came here. They weren't that skilled. They were more here for the manual labor side of things, or working in factories, etc. That's the additional layer that is important to demonstrate, because you're not in a position of authority with those skills.
Okay. So for my dadaji, for example, he came as a teacher, so he went straight into teaching. Which, okay, so that's an anomaly, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Most people were coming into kind of labor, bus driving. That was a very common thing.
Yeah, bus driving,
bus driving and factory work were very, very common things.
Post office owners.
Post office, yeah. There you go. That's interesting. Yeah. So we go to Germany.
Corner shop owners.
Skills. Yeah.
All right, here you go. Imagine we have to go there and set up a corner shop.
Yeah.
Make it work.
Yeah.
And make it profitable.
Yeah, see, that's interesting. Yeah, exactly. Because then we know our culture, and then you're trying to embed that culture on their culture.
Yeah.
Which, okay, we'd probably find a community, a subset of people who we could cater for, but then trying to make it mainstream.
Yeah.
That would be tough.
Difficult now, isn't it?
It's difficult. That is difficult, man. And then you'd be thinking, okay, like how am I not going to be seen as an immigrant to these people?
Yep.
It's tough, you think, man. First gen, man. All right, here's another question for you then. So I know some people, friends and stuff, who their families have done that. They basically UK second, third generation, and now they've just left and gone to Dubai.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Don't really have an opinion.
Do you think that's the same?
No.
Do you think that's easy to acclimatize with?
Yeah, because you've got a massive barrier a massive cushion of money to fall back on. In order to go and work in Dubai, I think you have to have one of you working at least to be able to go over there. They won't just accept you willy-nilly. So you have to have a job to be going to. And if you're going to be going to a country, you want to kind of live better than what you currently live in at the moment. So you'll be therefore going to a job that is on a higher salary. And yeah, you get to keep all the proceeds of it. There's no tax. So that's to a lot of people a win-win. To me, I don't really want to go because I'm thinking it's not for me. Sounds quite boring. No culture. I'm not really around my people. I can't just go back and see you or my parents or anything like that whenever I want. It's not
parents than me.
Well, you know. Yeah, but it's not free. It's not liberating. It feels as though you're kind of just stuck in that place in the desert.
As in that
has no drainage, and then
everything goes to shit.
About 15 feet under. It's drying really quickly, and I'm like, build some drains, dumbasses.
Desert
I don't know this, but apparently in the Burj Khalifa, they don't actually have a sewage system. What they have is trucks of people that come and collect the sewage and take it away the next day.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
The tallest building in the world, which is very modern.
Yes.
Doesn't have. So when you go for a potty,
let me just Google this now to be sure.
All right. That's mind blowing.
It's not connected to any sewage system. Instead, it relies upon trucks to carry all their sewage away.
Waste.
There you go.
Human waste.
Yeah.
That's why.
I don't know.
Why? Like, who has that contract to take shit and piss away? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what's interesting? This actually segues into my question, so I might as well put it in here because.
Well, hang on, no. We haven't finished wrapping that up. Right.
But it's about this topic.
No, it's not.
We can come back to it. No, it is. It's literally about this topic.
Fuck's sake.
It's about poo. Joe, I can hold it if you really want me to hold it.
No, you don't have to hold it. Go on, let it out. I don't want you to get constipated. All right, go on.
All right. What does this mean, Punjabi? Main goli mari.
I've shot the medicine?
No, goli, bullet. It also means bullet as well.
Does it? I didn't know that. I thought
Yeah,
Gawny is
yeah.
tablet.
Yeah, it is. It's also bullet. Fine. Okay. That's the scene. Right now, how do you say Indy? I farted Punjabi.
मैं पद मारिया.
Thank you.
I
Right.
killed the fart.
How do you say I've done a shit? I've done a
मैं
shit.
टट्टी कीता.
Yeah.
I have done the
How
shit.
do you say? Yeah. Oh, मैं potty टट्टी किता. Yeah, fine. Burp.
I don't know what burp is in Punjabi.
Dakar.
Oh, Dakar. Okay.
Okay. मैं डकार मारिया. मैं पद मारिया. मारिया. मैं उल्टी किता. मैं potty किता. Why do you mar one and kitta the other one? It makes no sense.
Was this why you were late to the pod today? You were researching this?
No, all right. We'll do this next week on the podcast. When I was in Meher, we played Punjabi phonetic alphabet, like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. So we were like, let's come up with Punjabi words for it.
Era, Baba, Chacha.
No, not the akhar, actual words.
Oh,
Achar,
okay.
A for achar, B for babu gosha, like proper words.
Babu Gosha.
That's a real word.
Not bus. B for Babu Gosha.
You're going to use that one, I don't know.
Fucking idiot.
Right,
Why'd you go for that?
Because we were trying to come with like interesting words.
What's your C for? Shatri, right? Jesus.
Shatter. That's what it's for.
No,
C for
Shatri.
shatter, right?
Shatri.
Shatter. Oh, you know what the word is. Okay. Next time you're around Sanjay's family, specifically Sanjay's dad, your father-in-law, just work in the conversation like, Daddy, मेरा बहुत मन करता ना babu gosha खानू. Just say it.
Babu. Tell people what it means just so they know.
It just means pears. It's it's funny. It's like oh, pear, and then babu gosha. Sounds like the boogeyman or something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't it?
You would expect that to be like watermelon or something. Yeah, like
actually, it sounds like kurbuja.
Yeah. You would expect to be
something
why?
Big. You know what it also sounds like? When I've been watching a couple of YouTube shorts, and there's a clip from John Wick 1. And when the son is stupid and he steals John Wick's car and kills his dog.
Yeah.
You never seen John Wick?
No, none of them.
Oh,
I think I'm the only man in the UK that hasn't seen it.
Okay, we need to do a marathon. You need to come here and we need to watch all of John Wick's.
When I come there, Garan, it's all come. There's no fun. Okay.
No. Whose fault is that, Indy?
Your
Whose
fault
is that?
You, because you chose to live in Birmingham. Okay.
Baba Ganesh. Okay, fine. Anywho, why is the padmard, but the potty is done? So if you swap them, मैं potty मारिया. It's like as if you fart. It's like because you're releasing it's like a gun in it. मारिया में ta. But you could say मैं पाद किता. You could
Do you
say
think
that.
it's because you're pushing things out
You don't
in an
push shit out.
aggressive way?
How does shit come out?
Ulti, aggressively, it comes out. Rati,
Okay.
aggressively, it comes out.
Does a fart not aggressively come out?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So what's your point here?
Oh fuck! It doesn't work, does it? Oh shit. Okay. I tried.
It's good. I like you trying to be rational too, but I thought it was just interesting, isn't it? One is used as Maria and one is used as...
But you could use
Gitta.
the same thing for both, no? It's like an interchangeable term.
I think you can use Gitta for both, but not Maria. मैं उल्टी मारिया.
You could if you
fired
want.
a vomit.
No one's going to
fired
judge
a
you.
vomit. You fired... Bro, you get judged. That's not... Some basics of Punjabi. Like, thank you, bye-bye. Leave the language. You're not wanted here. Thank you.
Basics of Punjabi. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Jesus.
Oh, good.
Basics of Sikhi, but no basics of Punjabi.
Yesterday, I'm driving home from hospital, yeah. I see two of my mates on my road, and we end up start talking about you. They talking about the podcast. I told them, I was like, this guy in it, like just in Italy, Megili hogi. I was like, it's just he's gold. He's like, you can't make up this stuff.
I can't make that up. I don't mean to be this funny. It just happens.
Hogi. Love it. So, no sewage in the Burj Khalifa.
Yeah.
It's just phenomenal.
So let's go back a step from that then. So what I thought was being from Birmingham, I don't know what the struggle was like back then. And one thing that Sanj pointed out to me was, she said in that documentary, they kind of talk about how a lot of them were captured under different society names, and one of them was Alliance of Black People, or the Black Society or something. And in there were Asian and brown people supporting and helping it. And I thought, wait, I didn't know that we were kind of identified under that grouping. She said, yeah, back then we used to all fight for the same cause. It's only a recent thing where we're all quite segregated and against each other, which I found quite fascinating, because clearly by working together, we achieved a lot of change. So if we did that today, you'd be all right, no?
Yeah, it's when you have a common enemy, isn't it? You kind of, for example, when we had those riots, do you remember the riots?
In Lazelles?
In the UK.
Or the 2012 ones? The ones that happened in 2012?
Yeah, 2012, yeah. And you had like, there were like Singhs who used to stand outside like mosques, protecting the mosques when they were doing the bark and stuff. And
yeah. And there were Singhs who were... Got a story for you. So I don't know if this will make the edit. If it does, you guys in for a treat. So West Brom Gurdwara, Bao was there, yeah? And he was talking about how they were there to protect the Gurdwara, because obviously everyone was worried about a lot of Jord, because people were going up and down high streets smashing things in. So like the next place is place of worship. So Singhs would go and protect it. And pure groupthink, this is pre-massive use of WhatsApp, etc. One of them had heard from a mate that a bunch of people were raiding Edward Street Gurdwara.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, they all leave in droves from West Brom Gurdwara. They're halfway on the way to Edward Street Gurdwara running. And they're like, wait, hang on. We just left that Gurdwara completely cuddly. Some of us should go back. Then they thought, hang on, wait. Who do we know who's actually said this at Edward Street? They get there and nothing's happened. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, oh, just heard this is going down.
Fake tip.
Like it was just levels of stupidness. There was no leadership. It was just groupthink and contagious animal instinct, which is unbelievably stupid. That's the level of denseness that we were dealing with amongst people at times, where they're thinking, oh, let's just go ahead and do what everyone else is doing and just see what happens and not question anything, or just think, why are we doing this?
Rather than what you're suggesting there is you split your forces and make sure both things are covered.
Or just call ahead and see if there's actually a problem.
Or that. Yeah, or that.
Instead of literally, have you done that run from West Brom Gurdwara to Edward Street Gurdwara? It's not that close, you know. It's actually pretty far. Yeah, you have to run through
weapons,
West Brom Town Centre. Swords in hand. I'm like, okay, lads, are you doing this? Yeah. Yeah. You see what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, when there's a common enemy, then I think these things can happen. And you quickly realize that we have much more in common than we have differences. But when times are good and it's divide and conquer, then you kind of just come up with your own kind of, let's call them niche problems, and you just stop making noise about that. That's what happens.
Could be, but what is life without rallying against other people, rallying with other people against a common problem? It's got to be, it has to be strength in numbers, right? Similar to what we've said to both Tez and Fresh in the past. Like, if we all came together, we could be like a pretty strong force. And it's also similar to what was it? I heard a clip the other day of Tony Blair speaking, and he spoke in an interview a few years ago saying, I don't think people realize that if you look at the biggest countries by population in the future, the three biggest are going to be America, China, and India, just by population numbers, Then you're going to have other ones after that are bigger, but they're not on the same economic level. So like Indonesia, etc. Then you've got the middle countries. Those middle countries are the ones in the European Union, like France, Germany, Spain. We're not anymore. So what he was saying is, it's probably the stupidest thing ever to pull yourself out of that trading block, when all of you being together in that trading block allows you to have trading power to negotiate with the US, China, and India. Yeah. When you're on your own, you're useless. No one's going to really care. But if you're a part of that trading block as a collective entity, you're able to negotiate with those other bigger countries in strength in numbers. That's the difference. And I thought that's probably the best analogy I've heard to explain geopolitical affairs. And then I thought, well, if you take that same analogy and plonk it into racial dynamics, It's exactly the same.
Yeah, but it is. But then you have to then, between groups, you have to then decide on what is your collective thing that you want to, fight for.
Yeah, and back then it was simply equality. So treat us all the same.
Exactly.
Very easy goal to get behind.
Yeah, but because that has improved significantly to the point, like, for example, like in America where people just get lynched openly, like, because that type of stuff doesn't happen anymore, then it's like, okay, so we've improved. So now people just get comfortable and then, that's it.
But now it's kind of still happening, though, because even in America, the George Floyd stuff, if you think about it.
All right, let's not talk about America. Let's talk about UK. What do you think UK problems are from an ethnic perspective?
Well, how many times have we spoken about the Met Police still being racist? Even this many years on, 50 years on from then till now, there's still a race issue at play.
Okay, let me be more specific in my question. In the last 10 years of your life, how has any of this impacted you?
It doesn't have to impact me, but it can impact people that are like us.
Okay, give me an example of one person you know personally is impacted.
Loads of people in London that have been stopped and searched with no logical reason.
Okay, that you know of.
Yeah, I've worked with.
Fair enough.
I've worked with a few guys who have said, "Yeah, I've worked in like a professional company when it was a COVID, and I was working from home. I went to the gym. I was walking home, broad daylight. Police car pulled me over, stopped and searched me, and I said, "Why?" He said, "I don't know, bro. I was just existing. I wasn't doing anything. I was sweaty. I was in my gym clothes, and they stopped and searched me." And he said that happens to me quite frequently, simply because he's black. So yeah, I've heard from other people, because I don't just roll with a little insulated circle. Like being in London, you mix with so many different people all the time, from the roughest parts of London to the nicest parts. You see it and you're like, well, shit, that stuff's happening that maybe doesn't reach your cipher, but it does occur.
Follow-up question then. In your experience, when you have said conversations with people like that, I've had that happen once, by the way. Birmingham New Street, when I got searched randomly. Do you find that these people become bitter because of it?
Yes. I think they do become bitter because of it. And I think they have a reason to become bitter because of it, because it's just profiling. There's no tip off here that was showing you that a person matching this description was doing it. It's just, stop and search powers have been increased in London. Police are going to use it. Great. But it's not solving the problem. It's just essentially it's profiling people more. So it just gets a bit blurry. So a lot's happened. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disputing that. Still quite a bit to go though.
It's when things are simmering rather than being at a boiling point that there's less kind of, for example, like farmers protest morcha, right? When it's at like a proper critical mass and everything's blowing up and everything's happening, free jagga, like, this type of stuff happens, and then we lose momentum and it simmers again. It's just not quite at that level where it's going to go as isolated incidents, and they just kind of simmers for long periods of time. You're right. I'm not denying that it doesn't happen. It's just, is it happening frequently enough to enough people to be that critical mass for something to happen?
There were a few critical mass moments in that documentary which are worth learning about.
I'm saying, in that point, in that time, I'm saying that was inception point, and it sounds bad. I'm just saying, so in today, do we have anything that's comparable?
There's been a few things where people have been killed with no logical reason for why they've been killed.
Yeah, there's police kids. With what was that guy's name?
I've forgotten the guy's name.
The guy who was shot.
Yeah, and there was no reason for him to be shot, basically, and that occurred. So, and shooting in England is a big fucking deal.
Big thing,
because guns aren't sold publicly for American listeners. Guns aren't sold as openly or as availably over here.
Yeah. No, one is the selling, but even armed police, it's not like our standard police do not have guns. Yeah.
No, armed police have guns.
No, I'm saying armed police aren't. Our normal police officers don't carry guns. That's not a standard issue thing.
They have tasers and a baton.
If you get an armed response and then you get a kill order, like, this is not a small thing. Like, Actually, to be fair, I don't know the specifics of the case, but I would think it's not like policemen just go rogue in it. Like that would have been an order. Like, yes, you're cleared to shoot, whatever. It's a big thing, like you said, very big thing. Yeah.
It's worth watching, man. Trust me. I think you should watch it when you get a chance. And listeners, watch it, man. Trust me. It'll open your eyes to how bad things really were in the past. It isn't as bad now. I totally agree. Yeah. But back then it was, you watch it, and even the justification that some police commissioners have for the actions they took back then, they still think they were right, even though it's been pretty clearly disproven that what they displayed was just ignorance or just a lack of willingness to want to actually see things from the other side.
That was part of it. They feared that they would get like mobs of, let's call the indigenous people against them. Were they scared of?
Well, the mobs of indigenous people came out anyway. So if anything, if you did do a proper investigation and look into things correctly, it would have made those people feel a bit more safer, but it didn't.
Sorry, and because of that, indigenous, I meant
the tensions rose even more and more and more and more. Do you mean people living in the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they scared of them?
Might have been. But then if you don't try and simmer down those problems in the community and just continually side with the indigenous people, the people that have come here that are new, in quotes, are going to band together and you're going to have riots. So you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. I see that perspective. Other ways could have been handled, though. Other ways things could have been handled in a better way.
Does the documentary show any equivalents to like the EDL and things like that? Or
yes, they were called the National Front.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so it shows them, fine,
Full Nazism as well, you know, like saluting. And I'm thinking, don't you guys always chant at Germany, we won 2 world wars, but you're always...
adopting this and and Hitler he was right, we need to have pure race, and
it's like what Ted said, where he said, you know, people all of a sudden now today say, yeah, Hitler was wrong, but he had some good ideas though, innit? Right? And that's what people were starting to think. And I was thinking, it's quite a shame that people do say that. Bit crab as well, a little bit crab to say that.
I think, all right, if you just want to talk about Hitler for a second, if you look at very early Hitler.
I've never researched him enough, so I'm very limited in this knowledge.
Okay. Post World War I, Treaty of Versailles, reparations, completely economically smashed Germany into absolute poverty. Tiga? Actually, there's a clip you'd like, Rogan talks about it, where with AI, he was watching basically Hitler's speeches.
Oh, well, they translate to English.
Yeah, so like...
Yeah.
And he says, and obviously when we see these clips of Hitler, he's like proper smashing the table. He's very animated. He's like... And what Rogan says in that clip is, and he's like, well, if you don't speak German and you see this clip, you assume that what Hitler's saying is kill Jews, do this, And he goes, when you actually listen to this, again, I'm not talking about the late Hitler, I'm talking about very early Hitler, when he was kind of like the chancellor before he became the Führer. It's stuff like, well, how do we make Germany great again? How do we improve our economy? How do we improve housing? How do we get jobs? How do we get people out of depression? It's good things he's saying. And very early Hitler was doing good for the country. Where he obviously went very derailed and became delusional and did very bad things. But that early period, so when there is a part, and if you read, like, I read sections of Mein Kampf, the book he wrote when he was in jail, there are parts when you're like, okay, this is actually good to get Germany, you know, I think it was 1929, there was a guy, I can't remember his name, but there was something about what's it called, the Weimar Republic, and they started to reduce inflation and the value of their currency started to go up, and actually they were prospering. Had he not then had the ambitions of ruling the world, you know, maybe things would have been different. So yeah.
Crazy, man.
Bit of history.
Bit of a history lesson for people, but check it out. Let us know your thoughts. Drop us a comment. Tell us, please. Tell us if you've watched it. If you haven't watched it, do you want to watch it? Was this discussion helpful? Was it just complete utter shite that got derailed? Let us know. But while you're typing that out...
actually...
Go on.
Yeah. People when you speak to your families, if they've got memories, grandparents of this type of stuff, comment. What do they go through?
That'd be wicked, man.
That'd be good. Yeah. And what are you currently going through? I'd like to hear, are there other things that you've heard or personally things that have happened to you where you're like, yep, there are still problems?
Yes. All right. Next sec. Ooh. Garden, do you want to know what's happening in my back garden? I got weeds. That's my problem. That's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about weeding and getting rid of weeds and grass.
Weeds or weed?
Weeds.
Not weed.
No, not marijuana.
Marijuana.
Not marijuana. None of that.
Oh, welcome to the life of being a gardener. Yeah, weeds are
No, but weeds in grass, bruv. I've tried watching YouTube videos. They're very, very inconclusive. Some of them say just dig it up and pull it out. Some of them say get weed killer.
They still come back. But
then I thought, doesn't weed killer obliterate your grass?
Depends on which one you use. At the moment, Dad, next time you come, ask Dad. He went through a phase where he used to burn it. A little flamethrower.
Oh, I'm fucking not wrong, right? So I spoke to my ginger.
Yes, lad.
And I said to him, I said, Barge. What do I do?
What am I going to do?
What do I do? And he said, Indy, you're not going to like it, but ask your dad. I said, I can't do it. He said, why? I said, he's going to give me some absolutely crazy answer, right? And he said, look, Indy, he's probably going to tell you, burn your grass to the ground. Burn it. Okay. Obliterate it. Wipe it clean. Give it the Brazilian. Okay. Get rid of everything. Get fresh mitti. Put it all down. Okay. Then put all the grass seeds in and start again. That's what he'll tell me. Or he'll just get Jay's fluid and pour it all over the whole back grass. Just let it all die. And then I say, John, it's dead now. Now we can start again.
Dead.
You know what, Garan? A part of me thought it's a radical idea, but I kind of like it because I got more weeds growing in there. And I'm thinking, judging by the videos I've watched, you've got to pull the grass out, scoop it all out, then put fresh mitti on top, then put fresh grass, then leave it. So I'm going to have like some patchy ass grass everywhere.
You are so domesticated, man. I love how,
mate. I sat there and I thought,
like, this wasn't ever a problem for me.
Never a problem that crossed my mind.
I have this new I've got this house I'm trying to fix up. Then I got this shit happening here. Like, he just
and Sam said to me, Indy.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Indy, you had this pretty big garden at yours. Did you never maintain it? I said, no, Dad did. I said, no, Dad did. I used to cut the grass every now and then, but Dad would maintain it. It was his pride and joy, right?
She's saying you didn't learn anything. That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Take care.
And I agree. I didn't.
Yeah. It's okay. You're going to learn now. Like I said, when you come over, spend time with Dad here.
Yeah, I got to sit with your dad for a good 20 minutes, man.
He'll show you some hacks. Yeah, he'll be like, yeah, this works.
Tell me everything. I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to bring them and be like, Dad, this is what it looks like. Help me out. Yeah. If people have ideas in the comments, tell me, comment, tell me, please. DM me, tell me. Give me your tips. I'm more than open to it.
The other thing you could do is you could get a gardener in, not to hire him. What you do is you basically say, look, I'm thinking about having this garden maintained. What would you do? How do you address this? You basically take all his ideas on it, and then you don't hire him. Because I know how you feel about this stuff.
That's sneaky.
I would hire him, but I know you wouldn't hire him. You'd be Marr, so
yeah, damn right.
Exactly. So look, I know you. That's what I'm saying. So just learn his ideas, take his business, his craft, and that's it, done. Put him at work, it's fine.
That grass grows way too fucking quick. Okay. Way too quick.
Oh my God.
He's too quick.
He's such a conspiracy.
5 weeks. Exactly 5 weeks. Yeah. Exactly 5 weeks. I was like, you little bastard. How have you grown this much?
We cut our grass every 2 weeks. You could bring up 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
And I know how you cut it. That's not.
No.
That's really slow.
I let it get very high. Very high.
Yeah, okay. 2 weeks is what we do. But you realize we're in season now. So this is like a good few months now.
Yeah, but now's the good time to get the grass sorted, because at least it will be sorted by, early spring, they say, is a good time to do your weeding and stuff.
My prediction for you guys is you're going to have artificial grass at some point.
No, I can't do it. I can't do AstroTurf. Can't do it.
Yeah, you're going to have it. Yeah.
No, I can't
you're going to the full slabbing. Oh, catch it.
No, I'm not doing the full slabbing. No.
You're like, no weeds, no maintenance.
No,
Very
there's still
good.
weeds growing through the slabs, of the cracks in the slabs. I see him.
Look at him, he's so angry.
I see him. All right, I see them.
I see you. And Atman goes to his window. They're growing again. They're growing again.
Bastard. Yeah, that's me, man. I'm looking at him like, you bloody bastard. I've got to go out there and do it again. Oh, for God's sake.
Proper homo, you know, you are.
Buy a car, they said. For God's sake.
Yeah, don't tell about these things, do they?
No, they really didn't. You know how expensive paint is?
Paint.
Yeah, paint, bro.
Yeah,
paint and brushes
yeah.
and everything.
Yeah,
Easy
it's like
£200 gone.
30 quid a tin? Easy? 30, 40 quid a tin?
Yeah, but buying all the brushes, the pre-treatment, everything, £200 gone. I'm like, whoa, what happened there?
What are you painting? The house in general?
No, the outhouse, innit?
Okay.
Painting it up and doing it up. I've done half of it with my teacher, hoping to do some more this weekend. But yeah, man.
But you're gardening, aren't you? So
I got a big decision to make, you know, gardening or
podcasts, gardening,
studio,
podcasts,
you know?
gardening. You can spend time with
difficult.
wife. Oh, how was your date? You didn't tell me about your date. Did you go to Wags?
Yeah, we did. We had date night. Oh, shit, I got bad to tell you. So this is more like a what's happening. Indy, Fadlo. All right, so number one, saw Monkey Man. Great film.
Yes.
Great film.
But then why the timing so shit in the cinema?
Because it's end of season now, isn't it? It's come and gone.
Oh, okay. It didn't last very long, is it?
So you're probably not going to see it now, people. So wait, but watch it. And when you watch it on the biggest screen you can. Turn the volume all the way up and enjoy and turn the lights off. Because trust me, you want to feel engrossed in that film. It's so good. I want to watch it again.
Wow, that good. Okay.
Yeah, I want to watch it again. Apparently it's like a Desi John Wick, but I never saw John Wick, so I don't know.
I keep hearing this. Yeah.
There you go. Great film. Fantastic. Good. Okay. Right. Second, date night with Sanj. Lovely. Went to Wagamama's because, you know, that's our date night now. Going to Wagamama's. That was nice.
Why Wags specifically, sorry?
Because we sat there and said, should we go out? And she said, yeah.
Is Wags close to you? Is it that has special meaning to you?
It is relatively long. Yeah. It's close by.
If like first date was there, like has it got special meaning to you?
No, it's just both of us fancied it. We're like, yeah, let's go.
Been a while. I haven't had Wags. Okay.
So that was nice. What's the phrase? Smashed a Wagamama. There you go.
How many cups of free green tea do you have?
None, because it's late at night and I don't want the caffeine, you know?
Fair enough.
But went next door, went to Five Guys and got a milkshake for £6.
Are you happy about that? Or
Here's the thing, right? I was like, yeah, I want a milkshake, but then I felt really sick after having it all. But out of principle, spent £6, you got to finish the milkshake, innit?
I agree with the finishing, but my perception of you is that you don't perceive me as being frugal, but I perceive you as being frugal.
I am, but I really wanted a milkshake.
This is like when we were on that staycation and you really wanted those crisps.
And then I bought them for like £1 more expensive because I wanted them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put my foot down, Sanj. I'm going to get these crisps for more money than before. You can't stop me. And only half the bag is full.
Yeah, it's true. That happened. Bad decision.
It was the coriander and lime, wasn't it? Sensations.
Yeah. Those are banging though. Oh, so good. So good. Anyway, came home. We watched Boiling Point. The film. Okay. Great film.
Boiling Point.
Also worth watching. Because I'm limited on time, I just message Bal and say, Bal, what's a good film to watch? Like, give me a guaranteed win. And he gives me the guaranteed win. And I'm like, thank you so much.
Is it a new film or old film?
I think it came out a year or two ago. But it's all filmed in... The great thing about it is it's filmed in one shot. So it feels like a play kind of esque film where...
Okay.
It's being shot and it follows people around the whole film.
Oh, okay. It doesn't cut to like between.
No. There are cuts in places where if you look back at it, you're like, okay, there was definitely a cut there. But I thought, wow, that was really fucking well done.
Famous actors, actresses?
Ooh, so how do I explain it? It's the guy who is in all the BBC dramas, the guy from Liverpool.
Okay, fine.
Let me find his name. Hang on.
Guy in BBC from Liverpool.
No, he's a guy who always has a sad ending. Stephen Graham.
Okay. Yeah.
Always has a sad ending. In every TV show. Always sad. Never has a nice experience in life.
It's the same with the Sean Bean.
Yeah, Sean Bean. Always the bachata.
It's always getting martyred, isn't it? I think he said that, didn't he? He was like, I don't want to be in this if they're going to kill me. Game of Thrones. Oh, okay, Marr, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Yeah.
So there you have it. That was
There you
good.
have it, bro.
2 good recommendations there from me. Yes. Karan, what's been happening with you?
I was so deep in your story, I've forgotten now. Let me have a look.
What, you've completely forgotten what's happened to you the last 2 weeks? Is my niece talking?
She potentially is saying dada, maybe.
Okay.
It's controversial in the house whether she's saying
It's not
it or
controversial
saying
though. It's easier to say D's than it is M's for a kid.
Yeah.
It happens often.
Yeah, don't say that, Shindy.
I'm telling it to Shindy now so she doesn't feel bad.
She's doing the happy baby pose now as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So those you don't know, it's a yoga position, and she just grabs her feet and just rocks side to side, which is like the cutest thing in the world. What's really cute is she'll wake up. Babies are so funny. It's like they start to wake up, but if it's too early, Shindy just kind of pats her and then she goes back to sleep again. But there's a point where she's just like, I'm awake now. And it's like they're asleep. And there's like, I'm fully awake. I don't know how to do it. Like we have to like get up. They're just up. I'm up.
Yeah. I am awake now.
Yeah. But because she's a little bit older now, she doesn't necessarily cry when she wakes up. It's just like, she just starts talking to herself. And it's just like the cutest thing in the world. She's just like there, staring. And then she just like, she start making noises. And it's just, he's just watching. I was like, you're just so cute. And then she has this, the thing, because of facial, she can recognize faces now. It's like you look at her and then she just massive like smile comes on her face and she's just really happy.
Is she 6 months now or 5?
She's just over 5.
Yeah.
You know, Kaddu, man. She's so cute.
Papa Kaddu. She is, I agree.
She's my little Kaddu, man. She's so cute. So the other day, in that Shindy's lamp there, behind there was a spider on the wall.
How big?
About good size. So when it gets warm, horny spiders come out. They're not horny in the sense that you're thinking about, but they're called horny spiders. That's the classification. And so there's one of them there. It's quite frequent in our room. We get spiders from time to time. So I got my spider catcher, that long banduk thing, the catcher thing, right? Jundi is very good at it now. Just bang, got it. Walking out, Shindy goes, you think you're such a... I bet you feel like a real jat right now, innit? Walking away with the spider in the spider catcher, doing this walk. I was like, well, not really, but now that you said it, I do feel pretty good, called the spider, and taking it away. But
I'm protecting my family from danger.
Yeah, well, exactly, yeah. Once we were in we're in Gurdwara in Nottingham. It was somebody's program. I was with, Pradeep, my brother-in-law, and dad, as in father-in-law. And I think Pradeep had a spider on his back. And obviously I had no spider catcher. So okay. Mikey got it. I was just going to tell him. But dad saw it. He got a tissue and just went like this. He's like, no, that's pretty funny. But then he's like, Mukti deti main. That's it.
Mukti meaning?
Liberate. I've liberated the, we talk about it. Like, I've liberated the spider. He's gone to next janam. So
next life.
Yeah. It's saying a good word.
Reincarnation.
Mukti deti main. I was like, Dad, it's so funny. I was like, bloody hell.
Oh, God. He's committing some kind of sacrifice or something. Jesus.
Oh, that's it. There are time again. Okay. So that happened. What was the other thing?
Still yet to meet your father-in-law.
He knows you. He watches the podcast so much. Like,
does he?
To the point where he'll quote stuff and then he'll be like, he'll come to something like, how's the Indian doctor? And I was like, oh, he refers to it as an entity.
Oh, the brand. He doesn't refer to your podcast. Yeah. He's like, how's the Indian doctor?
Yeah. And he circulates videos in his like Kenyan WhatsApp groups.
Really?
Actually, what was funny was he goes, somebody sent them a video. I think it was the Tarkela Beans one. And Dad was like, actually, that's my son-in-law.
Hey.
And then he got like mad.
And they're like, which one? And he's like, well, which one do you want it to be?
Yeah.
The doctor मेरा बोलते
एक तो मोना लगता है ना जो साइड करता ना फिर वो साइड करता फिर तुझे पता लगता है ऐसे ही doing side ना सी आएगा मेरे को Oh man.
Good times.
So yeah, good times. So yeah, that's what's happening to me, man. I'm just keeping it real, man. You know what I'm doing. If I'm not podding or doing pod related work, then it's just being daddy, really.
Very good.
That's it. Keeping it really simple.
Good. People.
Happy.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
What did you think of the 10th episode? What did you think of the pre-episode? Why don't you drop us a comment and let us know?
Who do you want to say on the podcast? By the way, we're shooting a couple of guests soon, actually.
Yeah, we are actually. That'd be nice. Don't know when it'll be out for, but yeah, that'd be nice. Trying to keep up, you know.
He's always bloody weeding. Now that's the problem. Garden, he needs a garden, guys.
Now
we're gonna start Patreon, and the whole point of the Patreon is going to be pay for Indy to do gardening, pay to have Indy have a gardener, and then we can focus on pod.
There we go.
That's
I'm gonna call it pay for my beard, pay for my gardening expenses.
Weeding.
And by the way, I do need my beard cut.
Pay for my Brazilian.
Big. My daddy's massive, man. Then he's cutting. I'll get done next week. Okay. People, thank you very much. See you next week. Goodbye.
Thank you guys for watching. Check out the rest of our episodes here and don't forget to subscribe here. We'll see you guys on the next one.